Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up on this video if you love the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk Melvin Ingram. Remember him? We talked about him a couple of weeks ago here on the Chiefs Report, and maybe it's time to revisit him as he remains unsigned in free agency. He, of course, met with Kansas City a couple of weeks back, and everybody freaked out when he did not get a deal done with the Chiefs, but he hasn't signed with anyone up to this point, so maybe, just maybe, the market is not developing the way he hoped it would, which probably shouldn't be super surprising considering he pretty much was totally ineffective last year. In 7 games, had 0 sacks, only had 10 tackles. He was hurt most of the season, and when he did play, he just didn't do that much. He was not the player that we have been accustomed to watching within the AFC West with the Los Angeles Chargers for several years now. Melvin Ingram struggled in 2020. There's no way around it. Now, I think he was banking on, his career body of work to, maybe get $5, $6, $7, $8 million on the open market. That may no longer be the case for Melvin Ingram. So I'm wondering now, maybe could the Chiefs circle back to Ingram and get him on a 1-year deal? We'll have to just wait and see if that happens at some point in time, but that's something I'm definitely going to monitor, and that we'll monitor here on the Chiefs Report over the next couple of weeks, days, however long it takes until he gets signed by some team, and maybe that team will be the Kansas City Chiefs. If you love the Chiefs, like this video, just hit that thumbs up icon. It helps us out, helps support the show. If you're part of Chiefs Kingdom, just hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it here on the Chiefs Report. Now, Melvin Ingram, obviously before 2020, was still really good. He had 14 sacks over 2 seasons in 2018 and in 2019, 7 sacks in each of those years, 8 pass breakups. He's always been able to drop into coverage as well. This has been a 3-down defensive end outside linebacker type, and which is why I think if I was Kansas City, I would be willing to bring him on board on an incentive-based contract, maybe a base salary of $2 or $3 million, with the opportunity to make up to 4 or 5 if he, meets a certain thresholds, plays in 12-plus games, if you will, has 5-plus sacks, something like that, where he can earn more money, and it's a win-win. Low cap hit, more money possibly for Melvin Ingram if he's able to stay healthy. I think that could make some sense for both parties involved. And then cap goes up next year. He can re-sign or go sign on a bigger deal with another team. I loved what this Chiefs team has done on this defensive line. Brett Veach getting Jarran Reed, big fan of that. You could use another pass rusher, though. I don't want Taco Charlton or Michael Dana having to start at defensive end opposite of Frank Clark. Melvin Ingram, though, especially if he can stay healthy, yeah, if he's your weakest starting defensive lineman, that is something I can definitely get behind if that ends up happening. So keep an eye on this one. We'll certainly cover it as more developments come through, but the longer he remains unsigned, I think the better it is for Kansas City to actually end up signing him at the end of the day. So should the Chiefs sign Melvin Ingram? Type S for sign, type P for pass. I want to hear it from you guys. What do you think Kansas City and Brett Veach should do when it comes to the veteran pass rusher? S for sign or P for pass? Now, today's show is presented by Newsbreak. We've partnered up with the Newsbreak app, and the Chiefs Report is now on Newsbreak. You can find some of our videos over there, and this is the easiest way to do it. Download the app by going to chatsports.com/ChiefsNB, search the Chiefs Report, and then hit that follow button once you find the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports, and you can find more videos over there. Go support us by using that link, chatsports.com/ChiefsNB. Some more incentives by getting involved with Newsbreak, downloading the app. It's great for me. I use it every day. Local news and weather. You can find stories in your community, whether you're in Kansas City or maybe you're a Chiefs fan elsewhere as well. Maybe you live, I don't know, out on the West Coast. Whatever your city, your zip code is, it's going to tie in that into the app, and you'll be able to see what's going on in your community. If you like politics, there's political commentary on that app as well. And then other sports content, other teams, articles, videos. You can find all kinds of stuff at chatsports.com/ChiefsNB. That'll redirect you to the Newsbreak app. Hit that download button. Find the Chiefs Report, and then find a bunch of local news and sports content and your weather as well. Newsbreak's a great app. We've partnered with them. Support us by going to chatsports.com/ChiefsNB. Let's talk Eric Fisher on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. Of course, Kansas City released Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz to clear a bunch of cap space. We knew that was a possibility. It, of course, happened, but Eric Fisher and Schwartz, for that matter, have remained unsigned. We'll focus on Fisher here. And FanSided threw out a somewhat intriguing idea of, hey, how about re-signing Eric Fisher for cheap as a placeholder, as a guy that, hey, we know you're not going to be ready by week 1, but maybe we can piece together the start of the season, with Mike Remmers, God forbid, he has to play left tackle, but maybe it's a combination of him and someone else. Maybe Fisher's ready by week 6, week 7. He could start on the PUP list or something like that, and then you have a good left tackle for the remainder of the season and a guy that Chiefs Kingdom absolutely adores. My only issue here is it's unclear when Eric Fisher will be ready, and it's even more unclear how he'll be post-Achilles tear. It's a big assumption to say, okay, A, he's going to be ready by a certain point in the season. Okay, that could happen. But B, an even more layer to that sandwich is, okay, let's say he's ready by week 6. Is he going to be the same guy? Is he going to be effective? I don't know, an Achilles tear for an offensive lineman over the age of 30? I've got concerns, and I think you should as well. I'm not saying no to the idea, but I really hope that you at least have some insurance there. And Mike Remmers, he better not be that insurance at left tackle. If you want Eric Fisher back, type me in the comments section. Again, I'm not saying no, but you've got to have other options available, assuming he may not come back or be ready at some point in the season. But if you want him back, go ahead and type me in the comments. You look at how this offensive line shakes out as of now, you feel pretty good outside of left tackle, right? I have Mike Remmers in there now. I don't think he'll be there. I think he'll compete with Lucas Niang at right tackle. The interior's great. Joe Thuney, he's an upgrade at left guard. Austin Blythe, Andrew Blythe, I think at worst he's a similar player to Austin Ryder at the center position. And then Laurent Duvernay-Tardif at right guard. He comes back. You sign Kyle Long. They'll compete at that spot. And then, the combination of Lucas Niang and Mike Remmers. But you need a left tackle. And that is why the idea of maybe bringing Eric Fisher back, even if he's not ready by week 1, could be a possibility. I think I would prefer just drafting a left tackle. You cut Eric Fisher for a reason. Sure, the main one was to save the $12 million against the cap, but it's also because he tore his Achilles, he's getting older, and wasn't, quite peak Eric Fisher anymore. I would draft a tackle because there is a lot of offensive tackle depth in this NFL draft. Sure, you're not going to get a Penei Sewell, but I think these are guys that you could either get at 31 or maybe trade up a little bit to get. I don't think Christian Darrisaw will fall to 31, but you can move up inside the top 20 and get him if you want. Liam Eichenberg, I think, would be there at 31, maybe Samuel Cosme as well. Dylan Radins, Jalen Mayfield, maybe they're more trade-down targets, as I think they would be more early mid-second round players there, but those are competent, capable prospects as well at the left tackle position. I like Eric Fisher. I appreciate everything he did. Unless you're getting him for dirt cheap and you have another insurance policy at left tackle, I don't have a ton of interest in bringing him back at this point in time because I just don't know what the status of his Achilles is. I don't know when he's going to be ready, and I don't know how he's going to play once he is cleared by doctors. So we'll see what happens with Fisher. We'll see what happens with Mitchell Schwartz as well. At this point in time, they remain free agents. Subscribe to the Chiefs Report here on YouTube because we're going to keep you up to date with everything surrounding Chiefs Kingdom. The NFL Draft is almost here. Free agency is ongoing. We're going to cover it all here on the Chiefs Report. So hit that big red button and subscribe today. The latest news, rumors, and a whole lot more. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Let's talk Bernard Pollard. Remember him, the hard-hitting safety from back in the day? Well, apparently he's trying to come back to the NFL. He's been training to make a return to the NFL. He played 9 seasons in the league from 2006 to 14, including his first 3 years in Kansas City. Physical player, hard-hitting safety, and there's reports out there that he has spoken with the Chiefs already about a potential reunion. Think about this. He has not played since 2014. That is a long time for a player to sit out and try to make a return to the NFL. It would be one of the longest gaps in history for a player to return to the league. Dov Kleiman had this report saying, just spoke with Bernard Pollard, the Super Bowl champ. He won one with the Ravens. Is coming out of retirement after 6 seasons away from the NFL. He'll play at 220 pounds. He's healthy and looking forward to the challenge of competing. He's already spoken with Kansas City about a return. And if you follow Bernard Pollard on Twitter, because naturally I want to go check it out, see what's going on, he's posting workout videos like every single day. Seems to be in good shape, but again, those are workout videos at home that you or I could put together as well. This would be a pretty wild story, right? I mean, a player who's 36 now, hasn't played since his age 30 season, training for the NFL, trying to make a comeback at a position that's not that valuable anymore at safety. Maybe he could slide down and play a little bit of linebacker because he is a physical player. I can't imagine he's going to have the speed that he used to. I would have guessed he's at least lost half a step after taking 6 years off. So we'll see. He's, was a good productive player when he did play in the NFL with Kansas City, Baltimore, Tennessee, and I believe Houston for a couple of years as well. You kind of look at where the Chiefs fit in the secondary, like, okay, where could Bernard Pollard fit? Maybe he could be your fourth safety. He could compete with Armani Watts, who's kind of a special teams guy. He could be that number 4 type of safety. He could play down in the box a little bit, but it's going to be pretty difficult for him to make a final 53 in today's NFL. Maybe he latches onto a practice squad or something like that. It's an admirable story. I'm definitely going to be following this as time goes on here. He's training to return. He certainly wants to give it another crack in the NFL, but 6 years off, that is quite a long time, and he is 36 years old now, so we'll see what happens. I want to know what you guys have to think on this one. Should the Chiefs bring back Bernard Pollard? Played his first 3 years in Kansas City. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Fun fact, when he was playing with the Chiefs at first, Trent Green was Kansas City's quarterback. That's how long ago he played with Kansas City. Get your votes in. Y for yes, N for no. Should the Chiefs bring back Bernard Pollard?